All right. Today we're going to learn the halacha of reicha milsa or lav milsa. We spoke about it legabe fish and meat yesterday, and we said we're going to talk about it today legabe basar b'cholo, legabe milk and meat. So again, the shaila would be very practical. If you put in your oven 9 by 13 tray of meat and the other one of cheesecake, you bake them at the same time. Now, I'm talking about if it's covered, both of them covered with the foil. So what, you have to throw it away, or you could eat it, what you could do with it. So again, I'm going to try to simplify it as much as I can. It's a Gemara in one of the Gemaras, it's Psochim, Daf Ayin Vavam at Beis, Bachloikis Rav Velevi. It starts over there, if Reicha Milsa or Lav Milsa. So Rav holds it's Reicha Milsahi, and it would be not in this case, but generally, if the smell mixed up, and then they called also tam, meaning that smell could change the tam, not the goof of the meat or the cheesecake, but that could give tam. Rav holds it's osur, and Levi holds it's mutter. Yeah. And Levi says it's mutter. Right. So Rashi Paskan, like Levi, Reicha Lav Milsahi, Rabbeinu Tam Paskan like Rav, Reicha Milsi. So what would do Lamaisa? And also, what could change if the food was open, not closed. So like this, it's a lot of details over there. How big is the oven? How much opening it has? How much it could breathe air? How much the smell? So without getting into all this, again, I'm talking about the practical way what's going to happen by us today. So if the short answer will be if the oven like we have today, it's closed, there's no air going much in and out, it's a little bit vent over there, and if it's open, definitely would be a big shaila. I'm not telling you throw away the food, make shaila schochem, but definitely it should not be done lechatchila, for sure not. If it's covered, also lechatchila it should not be done, even if it's covered, but the eved lekula alma, if it's covered, you don't have to throw away the food, that's good. So again, like I said, the machlokes starts always from Rav and Levi, go all the way to the Achroin. So I'm going to read you the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramo about this. This way, that's the conclusion of this halacha. It's right here. It's in mainly it's in a few places you could see this halachas, but the main halachas of this halachas it's in Yerodei Kufches. It says like this: and soil in Basar Keshera in Basar Nevela. We brought the case of meat and a cheesecake inside the oven. They talk about Basar. Can you imagine your neighbor, a goy, comes to you and says, are you cooking now? You're baking your meat in the oven. Put mine also over there. So it says, "And soil and basar kosher and basar nevela or shel behema tameya betanur echad." V'afal b'shen nogim zebazeh v'im tzalon. And if you did it, there is a mutar. Again, like I said, original tanurim maybe were more open, which is they talk about this. So that's what the mechaber says. Then they say like this: V'ima tanur godel. You'd base estroinen, meaning it's a big oven. It's there's a lot of air traveling over there, and it's not a strong smell going from one to another. Upiv pasuach, and we're talking about big. It used to be all the original ovens in the olden time. There were big tanurim, and they were open, so a lot of air flows over there. Mutar litzloisam. So unbelievable. A guy walking into such a place, a Jewish place where they do kosher food, he says, put my 9 by 13 with my lunch over there and cook it in your tanur. It says mutter. Lechatchila. Lechatchila. So lechatchila, again, we don't have such a tanurim lamais. Again, I'm talking about the old tanurim, big tanurim, and they were open. There's a lot of air movement over there. So the smell is not as strong. So you could do obviously basar b'cholov over there. I mean, not together, different trays, and you could do basar nevela, basar shechuta. You could do it. Okay, now
it's not so strange. It happened when the goyish work here in the house.
Yeah.
bring her own food and put it in the oven.
No, but again, I'm saying soon we're going to see by us it's different because by us we don't have the tanurim gedolim A, and also it's completely closed, so it's a different. It changes the halacha. 1 second. V'im echad mehem mechusei. One of them, whether the kosher or the non-kosher or the milk or the one of them is covered. B'kaira or b'botzek. Could be either you put on top of it the cover or you put the dough like as a cover on it. V'kayotza b'mutar litzloisam afilu b'tanur koton upiv sosum. So according to the mechaber, one time, he's not here, he left already. Meir told me I would probably not eat by you. I would say he probably would not eat by the Rabbi Yosef Karo either. He would not eat by the Ramo also probably. If you see such a halacha, who would do that today, right? It says like this: if it's covered, one of them. So according to us, our tanurim ktanim, and one of them is covered, whether the bosar shchuta or the bosar nevela, the smell don't mix, or whether you have their a tray of meat and a cheesecake, one of them is covered, it's mutter even with tanur kotam. That's according to the mechaber. Okay, the Rama a little bit more machmir, says like this. He says, the Rama says, Yesh omrim, the en matirin reicho afilu b'di'evad, elim ken tanur patuach ktsas min atzado lamala mokan sha'oshan yoytze. Says, lechatchila, all this atayrim the mechaber brought, it's only if it's again not like our tanurim. A, it's small. B, it's covered. It's completely closed, sealed. So it have to be big tanur, and that's of the air movement of the mele. The smell is not strong. B'mokem hefset en lahachmir b'di'evet. So the Ramo says if you're going to have to throw away your 9x13 with the meat or with your cheesecake or that would be hefset, he says the mele b'di'evet l'chaschila you should not do. But if you did it, he says it's mutar. Afilu sosum legamra, even though it's completely closed. V'im isur dover chorif. That's also another change. If it's something as a sharp food, memele, the smell would be also a sharp smell. Again, now you have to know what's called dover chorif. So that makes it more complicated. Now, all this, what the Rama says, the chumra im shnayim megulim, if they're both uncovered in that oven. Not today we have nice foils. It's a completely closing it well. Botzek, it could have some holes, air through it. It's mechuse bebotzek. It says mutar. Im ofu otzolu isur v'heta. Yeah, and then it goes to something else. Okay, then it's like this. So halacha lemaisa. Halacha lemaisa. Lechatchila would not do such a thing in the definitely not recommended to put together. Again, in our case, with the practice is not bosar nevela. Who's going to come to tell you bake my bosar nevela? Talk about if you want to do a cheesecake in one tray and another one you want to do meat at the same time. Lechatchila, don't put them at the same time, even both covered, because it's a small tanuri. So you don't want to do that. But the evad, if you do that, the kulam, according to Mechaber, according to Rama, even one of them is covered, but the evad, it's mutar. Now, the only one that could have just, that's going to answer the question of Mordechai yesterday. That we quoted the Taz yesterday. The Taz said, we talk about yesterday, we're going to fish and meat. It was mutar in such a scenarios also, because the sakanta of the fish and meat was only if they cook together, but such a reich. And then we brought him the Taz. The Taz said, so Memele said, if you baked your bread with the meat of fish, you could eat this with the other one. So he asked, Kal v'chomer, what do you mean? Even they were both together over there, the mutar. How much more if I baked the bread? Here's the chiddush. Here's a good question, but today I have the answer for it. The Rif and all this halachas right when it comes like this. If you baked with your kosher meat a bread, you put in the same oven at the same time a bread was baking in the oven with your meat. The Rambam pasken and something the Mechaber pasken the osur la'ochlo bekutach. You cannot eat it with a milchig. It was used to be a milchig deep in time of Chazal called kutach. You cannot eat it. Again, even basar b'cholov, some heterim over here. Why over here you cannot eat this bread with cheese? He said, the kevan the efshel ochla b'lo kutach have kelechatchila. Buy the meat and your cheesecake or whatever milchig product. If I'm going to pass on one of them, you're going to have to throw it away. So I tell you, I'm coming with ether, but the ever you're allowed to do it. Over here with the bread, if you bake the bread with your Fleishig, so eat it with the Fleishig. I'm not causing you any hefset by being machmir on you. So eat it. If you bake the bread with the cheesecake, so eat it with the milchig the bread. So the memela, I'm not looking for coolest because there is a way not to have a hefset. Masha enken, when they both could be answering each other, then I'm looking for a time. According to this, that's the chiddush of the Tas. The Tas said, all this like our bosar b'cholov come to meat and fish if you baked your bread with the meat. Oh, with the fish, the whole Easter would be meat and fish. That's sakanta. The sakanta cooking it together, mamash, or eating it together. If the bread was just got a smell from the fish or the meat, there's not a problem with it. Maybe you could eat it. Even though there's a way you're not going to have a hefset, you still could eat it with the fish or with the meat because by over there, the sakana was only when you're cooking it together. Okay.